भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागंस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्म विद्वरम्। Yeah. The message of all Upanishads is that Lord alone, Bhagavan alone, is that all exists. There is nothing other than God. God is immortal. God is complete, total, unpunctuated happiness. God is all-knowing. That God alone is there. Nothing else is there. Therefore, you are also that God. Yes, you and I suffer because that God is not, that God that I am is not now my experience. That God that I am is not my experience. Why is it so? Because I have turned my attention from this real being that is me to my apparent expressions outside and lost in them. Having turned my attention from the real being that I am, non-apprehension, I have created a pluralistic world through my mind. Identifying with them, I have lost the status of God, immortal, blissful, conscious existence. To bring me back to this glory of mine is called religion, religare. Ligare, you know, means travel. Legal, logical, logistics. So that is what ligare. Connect you to your own real being. Connect you to your own real being. So therefore, this involves two things. Please listen very attentively. Because if you attentively listen to what I am saying now, afterwards, the world will be the same. Your challenges will be the same. But you will not lose your balance. You have a different understanding of the challenges. You will not resist challenges. The problem is not challenges. The problem is resistance to challenges. Why do I resist? Because I have formed my opinions about certain things being good, certain things being bad. Birth is good, death is bad. Comfort is good, pain is bad. Honor is good, dishonor is bad. These are all my opinions. And therefore, since these opinions always are in pairs of opposites, which sustain each other, there is no good without bad. There is no comfort without pain. There is no happiness without sorrow, the worldly happiness. They support each other. So therefore, when you have one, the other is just on the other side of it. Two sides of the same coin. Hence, what happens when you want comfort? You are agitated for comfort. And when you got it, you are afraid you will lose it. Or you are afraid that you have to go out of this comfort zone, even going to office, leaving the house, or for some people, leaving the office and coming to home. Either way. So therefore, it is this world that we have created through our interpretations of the one dualistic world, which is nothing other than the one reality. That is you. You, the waker, dream that you met a friend, you met an enemy, that you have been given Padma Shri, that you have been sent to jail. All this you dreamt, they are all not different from you. Now, to enjoy the status free from these opposites, friend, enemy, award, both are awards. Padma Shri is also an award. Imprisonment is also an award. Right? All these things are my choices, interpretations. Where this is not there, it's called acceptance. Where this is there, it's called resistance. You resist thinking that they are different. You need one, you don't need another. When you understand both are needed for me, I need both. And who gives me these? All knowing, all loving, all caring, God. Up to now you were telling I am God, and now you say, God, Array, you are this God only. You are only giving yourself all these. But you have not now known that you are God. Therefore, I have to compulsorily bring a concept of God. You only, out of your choice, made certain things, and to wriggle out of them and to evolve out of them, you only provide yourself different experiences. Once you know all of them are your expressions, you do not hug any, you do not reject any. This acceptance of all takes away the mind, because this creation is by the mind. Where there is no mind, there is no sorrow. In deep sleep, you don't have sorrow because there is no mind. What is mind? That splits, that divides, that always does the mischief. You have to constantly be vigilant. Somebody is very good. You don't accept he is very good. Allah show off. How we judge everybody. We judge our Swamis also. What business have we got to judge anybody? They are all expressions of God. They are all evolving in their own way. They have a mind of their own. Therefore, according to what they think is right, they are behaving. Why should you judge anybody? And as long as the judgment is there, who is punished? Are they or you? You are punished. You are punished for your judgments. How do I leave judgments? To see all of them are only expressions of me, the God. The world needs this duality, plurality, hence I express differently. The duality and plurality by themselves are not bad, but my interpretations of them, wanting one, leaving the other, is the problem. Acceptance of all as me is to surrender the sense of difference, which is called the mind, surrendering this mind, surrendering this choice of me, that is ego, makes me God. Very simple. If your mind is pure, if your mind is not too attached to these likes and dislikes, if your mind is not too attached to your own judgments, if your mind doesn't depend on anything external, this is immediate and beautiful. You will have pain, but you will say, you will not curse my destiny, my God. You will not curse. I need this pain. God gave me this pain. I thank Him for this. I thank Him for this. How many people of my age complain of this problem? How do you complain? 80 years, 81 now, He's given you all the best in the world. And because of your living, there are certain treatment needed for you to detach. And therefore, He, out of His compassion, brings 0.0000001% of discomfort for your good. You don't accept it. Oh, what a destiny of mine. It's your own problem. God didn't create. God didn't give you. This is called surrender. Surrendering the sense of differences, surrendering duality, seeing the one, the God. That's all every Upanishad. Mandukya also says the same. A, U, Ma, waking, dream, and deep sleep are expressions of the one silence. See the silence in them. These differences bring you utility. Transact through them. Enjoy yourself. Alone you are bored. So create out of yourself a world and play with that. Auma. This is the Upanishad. From that, one aspect is highlighted by our Paramaguru of Sri Shankara. In Karika, the main aspect is there is no creation. Why? Why is that important? If there is a creation, firstly, creation is death of the previous condition. There cannot be a creation without destruction. And in destruction, there is pain. So creation is death. You wanted creation, you don't want death, you cannot get it. Because creation comes out of death and it is in a hurry to meet death again. It's in a hurry to meet death again. Because it was Godhood, assumed it lost itself to that, so apparently died to that Godhood, became this miserable jiva, wants to rush back to that Godhood. That is death of the individual. So, our problems are solved when we know the creation itself is not there. This is what Gaudapada tries to impress on us. There is no creation. But I see this. You see that is okay. You see duality okay, but all that is God. You saw the dream, varieties, but all that is you. You see the wave and the bubble, all that is water. You see the room and the hall and the kitchen, all that is space. Non-duality is not because there is no duality. Non-duality is in spite of duality. Accept this. Do not try to court something. Do not try to reject something. Whatever you get, pain, loss, death, they're all needed for you to wake up from this dream. Nobody loves you more than God. Nobody cares you more than God. Every minute, every second, He knows what you need. He gives you bitter pill. He gives you sweet pill. He takes care of you during both the pills. And therefore, trust Him. Allow yourself to be handled by Him. And let Him handle you as the wind handles a dry leaf. As the wind handles a dry leaf. So for this, necessary things are two. To realize the creation is only my mind, there is only one reality. Creation is not there, is called illusion, Vaitatya Prakaranam, the second Prakarana. First, this thing is all Agama, the Upanishad, 12 mantras. The second is Vaitatya, illusion. The third is to establish this illusion is not a real illusion. Illusion as you are judging them, but the illusion is nothing but the real Advaita, the one dual truth. The one dual truth. Therefore, this philosophy of Sri Gaudapada has two aspects. To negate the duality, to assert the non-duality. To negate the creation, to assert the one behind the creation. So therefore, the third Prakarana is called Advaita Prakarana. Agama Prakarana, first Upanishads. Second, Vaitatya Prakarana, illusion. Third, Advaita Prakarana, non-dual truth. The last will be whatever has been discussed up to now has been discussed with reference to the various main philosophies like Sankhya, Vaiseshika, Purvamimamsa, etc. That is the fourth. And in the fourth, there is a lovely example to say I will tell you now, because if you don't come from next class, you have heard the best. In the fourth, there is a lovely example. You have a scented stick, udubati. It's one tip. You circle it, it appears as a circle. One tip. You make an 8 out of it, it appears as 8. One tip. You make a diamond out of it, it appears as diamond. One tip in motion appears to be different, pluralistic. One tip. When it starts moving, these appearances come out of it. When it stops, appearances go back to it. Really, do the appearances come out of it? Do the appearances go back to it? Is there a creation? Is there a destruction? None. An illusion is created in movement. So this motion, movement between two points called space, between two events called time, this space and time constitute the world that you see through your mind, which is not there. You don't see the world when you are sleeping, because only mind sees it. So that beautiful example called alata, alata, udbati, shanti, quietening, alata, shanti, prakarana, is the last one, right? If you, I don't know how much time I took, 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes I had taken. This 20 minutes, what I talk to you, listen again and again, think and digest. You will have no more doubts about yourself, about God, about the world, about comfort, about pain. So this 20 minutes is very important. So please, again and again, listen. Now I go to the text where I left. Yeah, 35. 35. We 35 to 235. Vitaraga bhaya krodha munibihi veda paragaihi nirvikalpaha ayam drushtaha prapancha upashama advayaha. By the great seers of the world, Veda Paragaihi. What a beautiful word. Veda Paragai. Translation is those who are enlightened. But Veda Paragaihi, who have gone beyond the Vedas, means the Shabda Brahman, the words. By people who are established in the truth. How? Dropping your attachments. Vita, raga, bhaya, fear, krodha, anger. All the time in any book, these three come together because they are three phases of the same ignorance. When you are ignorant that you are full and complete, you hunt after experiences, desire. When you possess it, you develop attachment. And when there is a possibility of losing it, fear. When there is an obstruction, krodha. Therefore, these three representative moods of multiple moods of yours that conceal your real nature, which is called the mind, Once you detach from them, Vitaraga Bhayakrodha, and contemplate upon that Munihi, Vitaraga Bhayakrodha Munihi, Veda Paragahi, who through the pointers sees the pointed, detaching from the pointer, Nirvikalpaha, seeing one, dropping all vikalpas, differences. Ayam drushtaha, this truth is seen. Ayam, closest to me, is myself. How? Prapancha upashama advayaha, where all the multiple world caused by the 5 tanmatras, name, form, sound, taste, smell, touch. Expression of these 5 is the world. You have form. So you want to see that. You have created an eye. You have sound. You want to hear. You created an ear. And then outside, you created the same form, the same sound. Inside, instrument, outside, object, in the mind, thoughts. 5 stimuli, 5 elements to express them: air, water, fire, air, and space. 5 instincts, 5 elements. And to see 5 instruments, I told already, and to work 5 instruments: hands, legs, tongue, genital organ, and the organ of excretion. Thus, everything is 5, 5, 5, and hence it's called prapancha, where all this prapancha merges into me, the consciousness. There I see all of them, my expressions as Advaya. All my dream world, when it merges into me, I realize that they are all me. And this will happen when you will drop Raga, Bhaya, Krodha. Raga, Bhaya, Krodha you cannot drop as long as you think plurality and duality is real. Therefore, the Upanishad says beautifully, Yatra Anyat Pashyati, Anyat Srunoti, Anyat Vijanati. Tad Alpam, where you see something different from you, hear something different from you, know something to be different from you. By that very knowledge, you become finite and limited, created duality, and therefore you quoted death. Yo vai alpam tad martyam. The contrast, yatra nanyat pashyati, nanyat shrunoti, nanyat vijanati, tad bhuma, where you don't see anything other than your own self, God, where you do not hear anything else other than God, you don't know anything other than God, that's the greatest, highest, biggest, glorious, and that is Amritam, immortal. What do you mean you don't hear anything other than God? You always talk about God. No, you talk about rubbish also, but you know, this rubbish also, it talks about the same God. Okay, that's all you have to. Right? So therefore, see God. Mind ends. Where mind ends, you are God. What you see outside as the one you experience inside, or the reverse. In the seat of meditation, what you experience inside, you see the same thing outside. So duality has to end. Tasmadevam viditva yenam. Therefore, yenam, known the self, to be advaitam, non-dual, yojayet smritim. All the time you tune yourself to that advaita, true. Identify your mind with that. Advaitam samanaprapya, having reached this state, jadavat lokam acharet. Move in the world like a fool, like an idiot. Why should I move like an idiot, like a fool, if I have established there? There are several reasons. You move like an idiot because you have no value for anything in the world. Somebody says, oh, you can make money there. You have no value. You move as if you are a madman. You have no value. Right? Somebody says, oh, somebody is fighting there. You have no value. You move. Jadavat, unmattavat, like a madman. Balavat, like a child. You move. You have no value for anything in the world. And therefore, jadavat. That is one. Second, what happens if you show that you are knowledgeable? You have to continuously take classes unnecessarily. You created the problem for yourself. Therefore, jadavat chare, move as an idiot, what you are. And then, after that, what? What's your attitude towards various experiences? Nistutihi. Nistutihi. You give up prayers to God also, or you be indifferent, somebody praising you also. Nistutihi. Which God I have to pray? It's He alone everywhere, me alone. Hey, this is too much. Sir, if you say this is too much, you believe Bhagavatam talks of bhakti? And the Bhagavatam says, the bhakti which is for God to remove your sins, to gain moksha, is very good, but it is sattvic. It's not the highest. Highest bhakti is where there is no God and you. Bhagavatam talks, now you cannot object. Bhagavatam says, where there is duality, that is at best can be sattvic. Sattvic is also a guna. Anything guna is finite. Nistutihi nirnamaskaraha. Having given up all rituals, prostrating, this, that, and all that. Evacha, chala, achala, niketascha. And you being the body and the self, both are your own expressions. The body and the self. Self means the self that is conditioned. Yatihi, one who strives, yadrichiko bhave. He moves without any commitment, without any preconceived notions, plans. Yadrichiko. Whatever at that moment comes to his mind, he moves. Nothing to expect. Right? So that tattvam adhyatikam društva, tattvam društva tu bhahyataha, tattvi bhutaha tadharamaha, tattvat aprachito bhavet. Tattva, the truth, seeing itself in you, adhyatmikam, tattvam društva tu bhahyataha, seeing the same truth outside, tattvi bhuta, you becoming the same truth, tattvat apramachito bhavet. Don't allow yourself to come down from that level of understanding. Here ends the Vaitakya Prakarana. Now starts the Advaita Prakarana. Let us go. Do one, Advaita Prakarana. Upasana dharmo jate brahmani vartate utpatte rajam sarvam tena sau krupanas smrataha. What a beautiful way of saying. Everybody, you know, when they do even Vishnu Sahasranama or any stotra to God, they say Ajam, Avyayam, Nirvikaram. Ajam, not born. Avyayam, imperishable. Nirvikaram, cannot be modified. And then do what? Do puja to a form. How can Ajam have a form? He says, Upasana asrito dharmaha. Dharmaha here is ego. Asrita, one who depends upon Upasana. Jate brahmani vartate. He believes in a manifested God. Pragutpatte rajam sarvam. He believes that before this creation, everything was ajam. Tenasau krupana smrataha. By that, he becomes miserable because he believes in duality. Again, Bhagavatam says, what happens when you believe in me as different from you as a God? You are afraid of me and you are all the time expecting me to favor you. You become my slave. Bhagavata says. Bhagavata says. Then what? I become arrogant. No, you see only everything as God. There is no duality. There is no me. That's very simple. Where is me? It's all God. There is no me. Right? So that attitude is excellent. And therefore, though Upanishad itself, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says that both are accepted. Murti Puja and Amurti Puja. Our Tapur Maharaja also says, the Lord who is capable of everything, he, if he wants, can take a form also. It is not that he cannot take. So both are his. It's not that there is no Murti, but you know Murti is also Amurti. This Sri Shankara in Prabodha Sudhakara establishes beautifully the Krishna that you see is Nirguna Brahman only. I'll give you some simple clue. When Krishna was born, he was born Chaturbhuja. And within few moments, after he has shown the form to the parents, became ordinary child. The same Chaturbhuja becomes an ordinary child. And when he leaves this world, nobody seen his body. That what all that shows, he really never has a body. He only appears to have a body. That is why Janma Karma Chame Divyam Yo Veti Tattvatah Tektva Deham Punarjanma Na Yeti Mam Yeti Saha Arjuna. Ato Vachami Akarpanyam Ajatim Samatangatam Yathana Jayate Kinchit Jayamanam Samantataha. Therefore, now, earlier stage he said Krupana means miserable. I shall now tell you that state which is not miserable. Akarpanyam, Ajati, no birth, Samatangatam, everywhere it is the same. And that alone manifests as endless forms everywhere. Now he gives the famous example to make you understand that alone is there. This I can rush through because this example everybody knows and it is too simple. He establishes through this example everything is non-dual. The part space and the total space. Atmahi, Akashavat, Jivaihi, Ghatakashaihi, Ivodita, Ghatadivacha, Sanghataihi, Jataveta, Jatau, Yetan, Nidarshanam. Total space, pot space. What is a pot? It has mud walls. So mud walls you call a pot? No. They should be able to carry something, then you call it pot. How does it carry? Through space in it. So where that space come from? From outside space. So is the outside space divided? Space can never be divided. The subtle cannot be affected by the gross. You cannot cut water with a sword. You cannot cut water with a sword. You can cut ice with a sword because both are gross. So therefore, the outside space is the same space in the jar. You take the jar, space seems to be moving, but space doesn't move. The walls of the pot moves. Space doesn't move. Space is the same outside and inside. So also, outside and inside, outside is called Brahman, inside is called Atma, Jiva. Outside is called Atma, Supreme Self. Inside, the Jiva, the ego, the small self. Both are same. Gatadisu pralineshu, gatakashadayo yatha, akashe sapraliyati, tadvat jiva iha atmani. When the pot is broken, what happens to the pot space? It merged with the total space. Merged means it was separate and then it merged. No, it was never separate. The walls made you see as though there is a different space. The walls are broken and the part space is seen as the total space. The walls in you, the body, the mind, the ego, when they are broken, means when you have detached, you shall see you, the small self, is the same as the big self. Yatha ekasmin gatakashe rajo dhumadibhiryute na sarve sampramutyante tadvat jivaha sukhadibihi. Oh, now the part space is same as total space. There are hundreds part spaces. They're all the same as total space. So if one part space is affected with a tragedy, all will get affected because they're all the same. He says, no, that doesn't happen. This is a particular vada. Somebody says, all jivas are only one jiva, eka jiva. This is a vada. Here he says, that doesn't happen because what you see differences are all only through the mind. There are no real differences. Space is the same. And when one is affected, you spit into that space, the spit doesn't touch the space, spit sticks to the walls. The spit sticks to the walls of the pot, but space is uncontaminated. So also, when something happens to one individual, his ego, his body, mind, intellect can get affected. The self in you is not affected. It's the same self. There he says, same one jiva. Here he says, one atma, self, God. Rupa karya samakhyascha vidyante tatra tatra vai akashasya bhedosti tad na bhedosti tadvad jiveshu nirnaya. In form, in its utility, pots, jars may differ, but in reality they don't differ as space. Space is the same. So also, you, me, etc. are the same, conditioned by different bodies, minds, and intellect. Essentially, just like the pot space is the same as total space, you, the small self, is same as the other selves, and all of you, all of us are the same as the total self. Na akashasya ghatakasho विकारावयौ यथा नैव आत्मनः सदा जीवो विकारावयौ यथा. Just like this space has no modification nor parts, this self also has no modification nor parts. Yatha bhavati balanam gaganam malinam malaihi tada bhavati abuddhanam atmani malino malaihi. Just as children, when they see clouds or dust in space, feel space is contaminated, so also we also see various defects, various contaminations in this cell. Reality, this does not touch the cell as the dust clouds does not touch the space. Marane sambhave chaiva gatyagamanayoropi sthitau sarva sarireshu akashena avilakshanaha. Marane, when death happens, or born, or staying, the space does not move when the pot moves or broken or created. When you die, born and stay, you the self do not move anywhere. What happens? My close people died. Where he died? He is there only as the self. You do not know how to contact the self. That's all. As the self, nobody leaves anybody. Therefore, if you are attached to your people, you should never miss them, recognize the self. Then nobody misses the other. Because you do not see all of them as your own self, you experience the death that is not there and the birth that is not there. Sanghataha swapnavat sarve atma maya visajjitaha adike sarvasamye va na upapattirhi vidyate. All assemblages as body, etc. Assemblages, the word is used because anything assembled is for somebody else. The body is assembled. So it is for the Swami in that. So all these assemblages, body, mind, intellect, are produced as a result of ignorance that I am the self, that wields the self. No rational argument can be given to establish their reality, whether they be equal or superior to one another. If you take all our sorrows, they are because you have a concept of comparison. Somebody is rich, I am poor. Somebody is comfortable, I am miserable. Somebody is enlightened, I am not. It says all these are illusions created by Maya. You alone is that somebody and you. There are no differences between you. Rasadeyo hi ye koshaha vyakhyataha taitriyake tesham atma parojivaha kham yata samprakashitaha. Rasadeyaha, the various koshas, food, Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, etc. Taittiriya Upanishad talks about them, and all of them are different from the self. He says, yes, I accept from one angle, but in reality, these 5 koshas are also the self. In reality, these 5 koshas are also the self. But till you come to that, in your sadhana, practice neti. This is not me, this is not me, Taittiriya Upanishad, not the Annamaya kosha, not the Pranamaya kosha, etc. And assert that which is beyond them, the self. Having gone to the self, you will know that even these koshas is nothing but the self. Dvayo madhugnane param brahma prakashitam pruthivyam udare chaiva yatha akasha prakashita. Madhu Vidya in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is something extraordinary, enchanting, beautiful. What does it say? Iyam prithvi sarvesham bhutanam madhu. This air is honey to all. Why? Honey caters to you. Earth caters to you. Without the earth, you are not there. Not only inside the head, but outside also it is mud only. Asyai prithivye sarvani bhutani madhu. Then what happens? In return, earth is dear to all of us. In return, all of us are dear to the earth. Why? When you die, you become earth. When you are born, you were earth. When you die, you become the earth. So mutually, one likes the other because they are not different. And then what? The God principles in both the outside mud and the jiva. Ascha. Ayamascha. Pruthivyam tejomayo amritamaya purushaha. That brilliant tejomaya, amritamaya, immortal being in earth. Yascha. Ayam Amritamayo Purushaha, Adhyatme Sharire, Tejomayo, Amritamayo. The one inside you, the same brilliant Tejomayo, Amritamayo Purushaha, Ayameva, both are same. Sayo, Atha, Atma, Itam Amrutam. And therefore, this self is immortal. Idam Brahma, this is Brahman. Idam Sarvam, this is all. Now he takes one by one. Earth first, then takes apa, water, then fire, etc. and proves. And beautifully asks at the final, now you know the secret why all elements with so much consumption are never lost shortage. Because earth you became, and when you die, you become the earth. Beautifully put in this Upanishad, which is our science theory. Matter and energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Jivatmano prithakvam yat pragutpatehe prakirtitam bhavishyat bhrutya gauna tan mukhyatvam hi na yujyate. In the ritualistic portion of the Vedas, they talk about the Jiva, the Ishvara, and quoting and rituals. They say it is only because in the beginning you cannot digest the one God, and therefore for our purification, for our mental purification, in a secondary manner, they talk about the God to be different. Gauna, secondary manner. Mrulloha vispulungadyehi sushtyam Soditan yatha upayaha so avataraya nasti vedaha katam. Then also you talk in the Upanishad that the creation is like the sparks that come out of the fire. And the various these things, you know, mud pot, mud jar, etc. come from mud. These are taught for your contemplation. They are aids to meditation. Don't take them seriously. Upaya, aids to meditation. That all sparks come from same fire. Do not take them literally. Ashramas trividha hina madhyama utkrishta dushtaya upasane upadishyayam tadartham anukampaya. Why this is said? He says, ashramaha, the three grades of people are there, Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamas. Therefore, they introduce topics like God and the individual and rituals, etc. It's only for Upadesha, for teaching them to contemplate, not real. Gurudev says a beautiful example. If a 2-year-old child asks, how does rain come? You talk about all the principles of evaporation, condensation, and the rain comes. Child will not understand. So for the child at that age, 1 year or 2 years, you say, Indra has got an elephant, he drinks water from the ocean, and he sprinkles, that is rain. At that time, the child is satisfied, his mind is quiet. So also, as a child, your mind to be quiet. You have to develop from wherever you are. You need these different teachings. So siddhanta vyavasthasu dvaitino nischitadrudam paramparam viruddhyanti tairayam naviruddh. Here it is very sarcastic. The dualistic philosophers each differ from the other. Sankhya differs from Vaiseshika, Vaiseshika differs from Purvamimamsa. They differ from Charvaka. The other differs from Kshanika Vijnanavadi. They mutually differ. Why should I worry? They are not talking about my God who is one. They are talking of different gods. I don't have to quarrel with them. They dismiss each other, he says. Advaitam paramarthahai dvaitam tad veda uchyati tesham ubhayata dvaitam tena ayam nirudhyati. They talk about some God who is himself created, because they don't talk about an uncreated God, because if there is an uncreated God, he cannot go through change. And when they believe in duality change, the God cannot be uncreated and one. So they are talking of a different God. For them, the effects are multiple. God also is multiple. We have nothing to quarrel with them. They are talking different philosophy. Let them have their joy. Maya vidyate hetat na anyatha ajam katanchana tatvato vidyamanehi matyatam amrutam prajaye. The God appears to be divided and split out of Maya, his own power. Like your dream, your own power. You created multiple characters in your dream. It's Maya, because you can explain, it's mind. Not in reality. In reality, if God has created this world out of himself, then that God has to die. He says, then that God, Martyatam Amritam Brajet, he gains mortal state, being immortal himself. Ajatasyaiva bhavasya jatim icchanti vadinaha ajato hi amrito bhava matyatam katameshyati. They say on one side God is ajata, unborn, and then they say the world has come from him. How can the non-dual one God can become the multiple distinct? Because the moment he becomes the multiple, he is there. They say he is one. If he is one, how can it be many? Therefore, the many that you see are only by the projection of the mind. Na bhavati amritam martyam, na martyam amritam tata, kadachit, na prakruteha anyatha bhavaha, na kadachit bhavishyati. What is immortal can never become mortal. What is mortal can never become immortal. If God is immortal, he cannot become mortal. If you are immortal, you cannot become mortal. And since everything is God, everything is immortal. There is no mortality at all. Because in nature, things do not take the opposite character. There is no hot ice cream, cold fire. Fire is always hot, ice cream is always cold. Swabhavena amritam yasya bhavaha gacchati matyatam kutakena amritatyasya katham sthasthiti nischalaha. Swabhavena, by nature, that which is immortal, how does it become mortal? Krutakena, after it becomes effect, how does it still be immortal? The God. Therefore, there is no real creation. And he concludes, Bhutato abhutato vapi srujyamane samasrutihi nishchitam yukti yuktam na yattad bhavet na itare. He says the creation and non-creation both are said in the scriptures. The world is created, world is not created. You have to use your logic, take what is acceptable to logic. He says, and because the same Upanishads say, Neha nanasti cha amnayad indro mayabhi ityapi, there is no duality. Indra is mind. It is the mind that creates the duality. Ajayamano bahuda maya jayati. The one who is unborn appears to be born differently as the multiplicity. So we stop here. See next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyati Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyati. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.